In 3, 2, 1.
Hi there, thanks for being here. I'm Diane. Today we're going to do an AMRAP style workout. So that is as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible. And that just means that I'm going to set the clock for 4 minutes. So each interval will be 4 minutes long. And I'm going to give you 2 exercises, and you're going to roll through the number of reps for each exercise that I give you as many times as you can in 4 minutes. So the example that I always give is if I have you do 10 burpees and 10 push-ups, you're going to do your 10 burpees, do your 10 push-ups, then go back, start your burpees again, do your push-ups, and you're going to just do as many rounds of that as you can in 4 minutes. So today I'm going to use a set of 10-pound dumbbells. So you don't need a set of weights, but if you want to pause the video and go grab a set of weights, that'll give you more options. Also, if you want to simply fill up like a gallon container with water or a laundry jug, there are a lot of things that you can do with that also. So now is a good time to do that. Also, I have a chair over here in the background. I'm not sure if you can totally see it, but some things that we do today, I'll move a little bit, you might be able to modify with a chair. So if you need to kind of take it down a notch, a chair is a great way to do that. So we'll get started. So let's just find our space and start with a little bit of a warm up. So come on down as far down as your mobility allows. Hands on top of the feet, just kind of like wiggle around there. Feels good in the hips. And then you're gonna lift your butt up in the air and try to keep your back kind of flat. So if your back starts to round, that's the end of your range of motion. So you're gonna feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Let's work out those pops in the knees. Good, and we'll do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good, so bring it on up. So feet are about shoulder width apart. We're gonna do some bodyweight squats here. So all the way down and squeeze the glutes on the way up. Good, sit back like you're reaching for a chair behind you. Good, let's go for 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna just turn to the side and do a couple step back lunges. So just reach behind you, take your time. Good, nice big step back. And let's do 2 more on each side. So 1, 2. Good, and come back up for some jumping jacks. You guys keep going with the jumping jacks. I'm gonna close these curtains a little bit. This will be my warm up. All right, let's bring it back to those side lunges. And a little bit faster than you did before. And 2 more. Good, back to the front, and let's do a couple bodyweight squats. Lots of sun here today. All right, good. So let's bring it back down to that little frog stretch. And again, lift your butt up in the air. Hopefully these feel a little bit looser than the first round. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so just take a second to kind of loosen up the shoulders. We'll do a couple arm circles. Good. All right. So again, the rounds are going to be 4 minutes each. We'll have 5 rounds. And we're going to start with Just finding my timer. Okay, we're gonna start with weighted jacks and some rows. So for your weighted jacks, you can either hold one weight at both ends, or you can hold 2 weights. So I have 10-pound weights here. It depends what you have. I'm gonna just hold one, but it's just gonna look like that. All right, and you're gonna do 30 of those. So you're gonna count your own 30, because remember, we're all going at our own pace. And then the second part is a single leg, single arm row. So it's a single arm row, but we're gonna add a little bit of a balance challenge in there, okay? So you're gonna get in like a single leg deadlift position and then row from there. So I'm not sure if you can see very well from that angle, but you're gonna row, get that elbow up. Now, again, this is a great thing to modify using a chair. So you wanna make sure that you don't hunch over if you're using the chair. Send that leg back, just balancing on the chair. If you don't wanna put your leg out and you wanna just do regular, that's fine. Okay, so setting the clock for 4 minutes in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So sorry, I didn't tell you, you're doing 10 of those rows on each side. So 30 jumping jacks, 10 rows on each side. At your own pace. Good. So 10 of these on each side. So I'll show you from this way. Your leg is back. So find your balance first and then row from there. So if you're standing on your left leg, you're going to be rowing with your right arm. And I recommend finding a spot on the ground to look at, and that should help you with some balance. Okay, we're just adding a little extra challenge here. So find your balance. Again, opposite arm, opposite hand. Going to 10. Good. All right. So again, 10 on each side. Let me give you a status update. All right, so you're less than 2 minutes here. Find that balance. Nice job. So you're just trying to get the elbow just up above the line of the back. And you'll probably find that one side is a little bit easier for you balance-wise, and that's okay. It's pretty normal. We're almost there. Whew. Keep going. All right, you have about 45 seconds, so squeeze in a couple more reps. Nice job, we're almost there. Very close to the end. You can tell that this is my not good balance side. Okay. All right, a couple more seconds. Don't waste them. And that's time. All right, awesome. Okay. So second circuit. First thing, you're not going to use any weight for. So sorry for the sun glare here. It's going to look like this. It's hard to explain. You're going to kind of reach back, right hand to left toe, step forward, kick. Okay, so right goes back, and then we'll alternate. So you're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. You kind of just have to do it. It's hard to talk through it and explain it, but you'll get the hang of it. And then the second part is going to be Renegade Rows with push-ups. So it's the compound movement here. I don't know if, well, maybe not a compound movement, but it is two exercises. So you're going to row, that row is coming back for us, and push up. All right, so you're going to just do 5 of those. That's 1. So row, row, push up is 1. You're going to do 5. Let me close this. And you can, that's better. You can do those rows and push-ups on your knees. All right, so let's put 4 minutes on the clock again. In 3, 2, 1. So let's start with these. 10 on each side. And it's important to note that you should not follow my count. Sometimes I'm a little bit off because I'm talking at the same time. So at your own pace, your own count. Good. Okay, so again, you can do the row on your toes, and if you need to come down, you can do that push-up on your knees. No shame in that game. Five of these is a lot. Don't underestimate them. Good, so keep it moving. Reach for that toe or as close as you can get. Use those arms. Good, and then switch when you're ready. Add that little hop in there if you want to. It's gonna make it a little bit more challenging. Totally lost count. So let me give you a time check. All right, you have about 90 seconds left in this circuit. So stick with it. Keeping a tight core here. Hips stay square to the ground. Almost there. All right, guys, we got this. So right back up for your little cardio interval. Again, using those arms. Finish strong. Keep up the pace. Good, time check. 8 seconds, let's go. Get them in. And time. Nice work. Okay, so again, we're gonna have one exercise where you're gonna use your weights, one where we won't. So our little cardio move is going to be lateral high knees. So we're going to just do a couple on this end. Sorry, you're doing a couple to get to each end. I didn't explain that well. So 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna kind of pause there with your knee up. Give a little core squeeze. So you're gonna do 10 on each side. 20 total, however you want to count them. Sorry, it's early and I'm feeling like I don't have words this morning. And then thrusters. So you can do these with or without weights. You can do them with 2 weights or just 1. But basically, and we've done these before. This is like one of my favorite moves. So you'll usually see this in a workout. You're gonna squat and press up, okay? We're gonna do 10 of those. If you wanna use 1 weight, it's gonna just look like this. And press up. That's where like a laundry jug or whatever you have is can come into play. All right, so let's set our clock for 4 minutes in 3, 2, 1. So again, you're counting 10 per side. Get those knees up, use the arms. Pretend you're on like an Under Armour commercial. Good, I think that's 10 on each side for me. Grab your weights. You're gonna sit back and down and push up. So use that upper momentum to push the weight up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Nice job. And just because you do it once with like 2 weights doesn't mean you always have to. And if you do it once with 1 weight, doesn't mean you always have to. You can switch back and forth, make it harder, easier. Pause, make sure you're pausing. Get that little core squeeze. Completely lost track of my count. Good. Time check. You have a little over 2 minutes. So I'm going to try it with 2 weights. Sit back and down and up. So I'll show you from the side. Back and down. Press up. You got it. Whew. All right, keep moving. We're almost through this interval. Whew, you don't need a lot of space to get your heart rate up. Right. Let's go. So you have less than a minute. Stay strong. Almost there. All right, keep it moving. Use those last couple seconds. And time. Awesome. All right. I use my mat for this one. So we have burpees and side crunches. Let me grab a drink. All right, if you aren't familiar with burpees, it's just a jump up, come down, out to a plank, and back up, but faster. You don't have to do a push-up at the bottom. We're not playing that game today. So let's do 8 burpees, and then we're gonna do some side crunches. So we've also done these before. I like these. You're gonna get down on your forearm and feet. You're gonna reach your hand over your head, and you're gonna crunch on the side. Now, if you need to, you can also do these on your knee. You might see me do that. Or you can also do these on your chair. So if you want to get more like a standing movement, this might be a little bit easier, okay? Totally your call. So we're going to do 8 burpees, 8 crunches on each side, keeping the count simple. And let's go in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. So remember, you're going at your own pace. If you don't want to do the jump at the top, that's okay. You can just stand up. You can also walk it out, walk it in, and up. That's totally fine. Whatever you need today. Okay. So come on down when you're ready. I want you to reach overhead, get the knee up. So you're not just going in the front with your knee, you're kind of coming up around the side. Good. So you should feel a lot of action, a lot of work happening in like the glute that's closer to the mat. So that's really supporting you. So it's not all about the side that's squeezing. But keep it moving, time check. All right, almost to 2 minutes. Awesome. So I'm going to start on the other side this time. And I'm actually going to do these knee crunches. So you'll see I'm kind of balanced on my knee. So that's the same, it's the same thing. It's just like scaled back just a little bit, right? You're still getting that stability exercise in the glute that's closer to the ground, still getting that side crunch. It looks a little funny. It might feel a little funny at first, but you're still doing the work. So find your plank first. There you go. Awesome. So I definitely still feel it in my glutes there. All right, we have about 45 seconds. Finish strong. Good. All right, don't waste that time. We're almost there. Come on. Time. Oh, I did a lopsided one there where I only got one side. Okay. We are on the last circuit. So circuit number 5. All right, let's see. I just need to move my mat around. So you're only going to use your weight for one of these exercises. So the first one, first one's gonna look like this. You're going to lunge, do a little pulse. It's gonna go switch, other side, lunge and pulse. Okay, so when you get to that lunge, just take like 2 or 3 pulses, and then however many switches you need to get to the other side. I don't even really know how much I do. I think I do like 4 or 5. And you're gonna do 5 of those on each side, so 10 total. And then next we're gonna do a sit up and press. So I'm gonna hold just one weight, however you wanna do it, but you're going to hold it to your chest, sit up, and then press. Keep it close to your chest. All right, so let's do 8 of those. So we'll do 5 switches on either side and then 8 sit up and press, okay? This is your last circuit, so everything you have left in the tank here, and then we'll cool down in 3, 2, 1. So again, you're gonna lunge. So using your arms on the switch. Good. Per usual, I've lost track. We'll call this 5 for me. But so do what you need to do to get set up for that sit up. So again, keep the weight close to your chest, come up, and then press. So you want to try and keep your feet to the ground. Now, if you don't want to go all the way up for the sit up, you can also just hold a weight and do crunches like that, or you can do no weight and go through the motion of the sit up and press. Your call. Those are just 2 ways to make it a little bit easier. It won't be easy, but it'll bring it down a notch. I find these difficult. I think that's 8 for me. Good. 5 on each side. Using those arms. Nice. If you're wondering, why doesn't Diane just use her mat the whole time? I'm like on a rug here and the mat moves around. Maybe you have the same problem if you're like on carpeting or something. Come up before you press. So all the way up, then press. Whew. Or if you're doing those crunches, keep rocking out. Time check. All right, so you have about 60 seconds and then we're done. Stick to it. All the way to the end. No stopping early. Don't waste your seconds. Ooh, you see my feet came off the ground. Last couple seconds. And time. All right, nice work. So now I will get out my mat and we'll do a quick cool down here. Congrats on being here, doing it, putting in the work, getting it done. It's not always easy in the best of times. And we're not in the best of times. So let's do a little cat, camel, cat, cow, whatever you want to call it. Hands and knees. You're going to arch your back, look up, arch your back, look through your knees. Good, let's do 2 more in each direction at your own pace. Good, when you're ready, we're gonna come to a high plank. Good, slowly lower yourself down. And hands are under your shoulders, you're gonna push up, look up. You're gonna lift your hips just a touch off the mat, squeeze the glutes. Should be able to get a nice hip flexor stretch, a little core stretch. Good, we're gonna send our hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Good, so pedal your feet, open your shoulders, and just kind of let your head hang. Whatever feels good here. Take a deep breath. And we're gonna walk it forward to that high plank again. And slowly lower down. Again, you're gonna push up, look up. I always think of the Little Mermaid when she like comes up out of the water and she's on that rock. She kind of pushes herself up and swings her hair back. All right, maybe you don't remember that. Okay, send your hips back over your heels for a child's pose. That was a really influential movie for me as a child. Walk your fingers forward. Open your shoulders. Good. Bring it up. And don't forget, right hand up. Pat yourself on the back. And hopefully I'll see you in person soon. Cooley's opening on March 22nd. Thanks for being here. Bye.